Hello, it is. That's a good question. What is it? Or should I just say it is, period. It is November the 7th, 2020. And what a week. It's been a week of a lot, yet not. Um, I think the election dominated the week, still is. But I have to say, I've talked with a lot of people that were getting anxious or upset or whatever, one way or another, on Tuesday and during the week. But maybe it's, in my case, years of having to deal with stress so I don't have another stroke. Maybe it's learned behavior. But I like to term it, uh, retained my zen during the week. I've been very calm through all of this, watching the process play out, pretty much playing out as I thought it would in all regards. And so that's been interesting. Um, I'm still absorbing everything. We're still learning a lot of stuff of what's going on and such and such and such. But I'm not worried about anything. It's just the process is what the process is. So while that's been going on, it's been a terribly painful week for me in terms of my left shoulder mostly and my right leg. Some of that's weather. I think it's because it's been, I don't know, a manic roller coaster of weather. Sometimes it's colder than others at the wrong times, and it just kind of seizes up my leg or it helps my shoulder or whatever. So that's been pretty sucky. But I will say that during the week, it had inspired me on the first to write a poem, which I put up. And I've heard from some of you that, in fact, went and read it, and I thank you for that. I got some lovely responses. I was very touched. My friend Larry said he wrote it. He wrote it. He read it 12 times, and that really touched me. I thought, wow, I don't know if I've read it 12 times. I sort of wrote it, just went with the feeling. I knew what I was wanting to say, and I just had this moment of lucidity where I just set it down, and then I let it go. Uh, so it's nice to hear from Larry. Um, I got a just it almost brought a tear to my eye. A lovely response from Martha Davis from the band The Motels, who's a friend who called it painfully beautiful, and I thought that was just so sweet of her. Um, but I'm glad to see when you do a piece of work and it means something to someone. I mean, you don't always get feedback on what you do. I know we all go through that. There's so much in our lives that is not necessarily noticed by people, but not necessarily acknowledged. And I don't say it out of ego, but it is nice when you hear that little extra, thingy. I'm going to use a terribly technical term, thingy. When people bother to let you know the effect of something you have done, be it good or bad. Um, and that's fine. I don't mind hearing criticism either. That's how you grow. You grow through, you improve through criticism. You don't just go out and go, everything I do is the absolute perfection. It's the best. It's the best. It's the snapshot. I always feel, particularly with creative stuff, it is a snapshot of you at that very moment in time, and you can never recapture that. So that's why, be it a painting, a verse, a song, a photograph, an idea, they are you at that moment. Um, Even people think photographs are as simple as you're pointing a camera at something and clicking a shutter. It's a lot more than that. As someone, I've been photographing stuff professionally since '84, um, and it's you learn to maximize the moment. What is it that I need to capture here? Am I neutral? I don't know that you're neutral in anything that you do. It's all as filtered through you. I think if you sat six people with identical cameras in front of the identical thing, their pictures are going to be radically different because they're going to be an expression of how they chose to represent that thing. Um, on that level, on a much, admittedly, I suppose, transient's not the word, minor is the word. But minor's not the word. Is there a minor picture? I was pleased on Halloween. Normally we get absolutely no people and maybe a couple of kids from the family. And that's what I got. I got no one outside of family, but I got four of my great nephews, um, Riley, Ryan, Adam, and Chris, which was wonderful to see them all, and brought by their mothers, Jesse, Tracy, and Sarah, who I haven't seen in a while. Always nice to see Sarah. She's in between those two, Tracy being the oldest, Sarah being the middle, and Jesse being younger than her, missing their youngest sister, Candace. And they came over, and Tracy and Sarah's husbands were there. So it was nice to see everyone. It came for about an hour, maybe a little more. And, had a lovely time, lovely conversation. That felt good. So that was a nice thing on Halloween evening. And here we are in November. I have plans. I have creative plans I need to get to. Um, this is a week I don't know why, but I really miss playing guitar. I can no longer play the guitar because ever since my stroke, my fingertips are numb and I can't feel the strings anymore. And I'm still trying to find ways around that, but I'm frustrated because I miss that kind of expression. I suppose that's the way anyone that plays an instrument knows how connected you get to it. I'm currently going through that. So here we are, and so we're already a week into November, which is flying by at a ridiculous pace. This year will end before we all know it. Um, what are you doing? How are you? Please let me know. Send me an email. Give me a call. You know my number. I'm sure you know my number. Um, Respond. Some people have said to me they're sorry they're not a member of YouTube, so they can't put a comment, and I understand that. But you can write me an email, so please do. I always love hearing from everyone, and I will see you next week. Bye bye.